Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. It's been a while since I've read a bad creepypasta. Well, we're in for a treat. So this bad creepypasta is called Street Fighter Succubus. I believe they mean succubus, but you know. Once again, this can be found on the Trollpasta, which I'm pretty sure there's an NSFW warning. Jesus Christ. This what I assume was supposed to be a creepypasta, but it was so laughed at and so stupid that it got moved to the Trollpasta wiki, which I don't know. Let's just have a look. Okay, like my older ones, I'm gonna highlight where I'm at. So we're gonna start here. Oh God, I need to tell this to you, and who's ever behind you, peeking over your shoulder. It happens, you know. Okay. What happened? I went to GameStop one day. I saw a copy of what seemed to be Street Fighter 5. This is impossible, I thought, but I grabbed it anyway. I was saucin'. I censor myself so I don't look white trash. The fuck does that? What? Excited. When I got home, I looked at the disc. It seemed to be a PS2 disc. Okay, bullshit already. Street Fighter 5 was not on PS2. Anyway, continuing. I began setting up the PS2 and noticed that there was no rating on the game cover. In fact, it looked like it was made by the Paint program. Oh, okay, hold on, let me show y'all. This is supposed to be the cover. He saw, yeah, oh yeah, that's real. I mean, it's so real that it was on PS2. Like, bro, you grabbed. First of all, you found this at GameStop, which is weird, and you saw that cover and said, yes, this is official, this is Street Fighter 5, even though, you know, Street Fighter 4 was on, like, I assume you're a PlayStation player, so Street Fighter 4 would have been on, like, PS3 or something like that, but no, oh, it's on PS2, this is official. You know, because Capcom just decides, oh, okay, let's release this game on last gen. It's the next entry, but let's put it on last gen. Because, you know, and let's make a shitty cover. Like they really cut their budget on the art. Anyway, I put the disc in the PS2 and began the game. The opening was Akuma staring into the night sky. He seemed sad. The stars began to move, glow, and flicker. Akuma became shocked, then angry. I think he whispered, Misatsu. I'm just assuming because he says that in-game, or that's one of his moves, isn't it? It's been a while since I played Street Fighter. But I'm not sure. He leaped toward the stars, which were now falling towards him. The stars transformed into metal versions of Akuma with blue eyes that illuminated. Okay, so this is going to be a weird Street Fighter fanfiction, right? They fought Akuma, who killed them one by one in 1 to 3 hits. Okay, he was counting. Each time one died, blood would spray out of where they were hit. Blood's not a usual thing in Street Fighter games, no shit. I know that Akuma turned around to see Ryu and another Metal Akuma. This Metal Akuma held Ryu captive. Akuma freed Ryu and killed the imposter. Akuma walked away from Ryu, who was confused at this point. Then a fog appeared and the title showed. Yeah, this is definitely going fanfiction territory. I'm gonna imagine what type of fanfiction if it was supposed to be called Street Fighter Succubus, but you know, he spelled it wrong. I decided to go to training mode. The playable characters were Ryu. Fuck, hold on. I think there was a spider on me. There was definitely a spider on me. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, I decided to go to training mode. The playable characters were Ryu, Ken, Dan, the Man, Sakura, Guy, Akuma, Hugo, and a new character named Gaosaru. Did he put his OC in there? Did he put his OC? Is Gaosaru his OC? Ryu had no bandana on his head, because why not? And had blue gloves rather than red ones. Ken's hair was short, and his gi was now dark red because edgy Ken. Dan was normal, except he was seemingly depressed. Yeah, he had a serious talk with Dan, and it turns out Dan was depressed. So you know that's how he was able to tell. He had to play therapist with Dan. Okay, that's how. Sakura's outfit was soaked in blood. This is gonna go in a weird direction, isn't it? But it went along with her demented smile. Okay, so it's crazy Sakura. That's probably serial killer Sakura. I don't fucking know. Guy seemed to have been changed greatly. Sorry. Hold on. Due to him wearing casual clothing. Oh my god, that's the most horrifying part of the story. Guy, the ninja character from Street Fighter, wearing casual clothing and not his ninja clothing? That's just scary. Akuma had no shirt, exposing a scar across his chest, so, is Akuma Heihachi Mishima? Because isn't that just Heihachi Mishima style? Hugo was normal. He had poison on his shoulder, though. I mean, cool, I guess. But Gaosaru was more noticeable because it was author's OC. His OC, please do not steal. Please do not steal. He had a green gi soaked in blood, similar to Sakura's schoolgirl outfit. He had purple long hair and gray gloves. Okay. I chose to play as Guy. The CPU was a Metal Akuma. I had fun brushing up my Street Fighter skills, then went on to arcade mode. Again, I chose Guy because that's your main. I fought Sakura. Guy was sitting down, but got up. Sakura was giggling in a creepy way. Oh my god, why? Because, you know, this author was just being an edgelord, I guess, with the whole Sakura thing. Or he has some weird fantasy where Sakura's psychotic. You've seen the Jury Han fans. Me being one of them. I'm sorry. The stage was Street Fighter Alpha's stage for Birdie. Okay. Every time Sakura leapt into the air, she let out a scream of malice. I beat her with little difficulty. Wow, I thought you were going to describe what happened in the fight, but you know what? You're cutting to the chase, I guess. And Guy's victory message was, I am sure a straitjacket will look good on you. I chuckled at this because fuck Sakura. You know, I used to use Sakura in Street Fighter 5. I think that's who I mainly used for a while. Anyway, the next fight was Ryu in Ken's stage from Street Fighter 2. So the boat place? Is that the place? Like there was like boats in the background? I forgot the entire song. Ryu was staring into the sky, then noticed Guy. He then said, I'm ready to fight. He spammed Shoryukens, but I defeated him anyways. This guy's incredible at this game. He's so incredible, he doesn't need to explain how the fight went exactly. Guy's victory message said, You're not ready, you're only eager. You know, Guy's talking an awful lot, but whatever. Then I had to fight Dan, who resided in a new desert stage. He was balled up and crying, and then he saw Guy. He said, Leave me be. The fight begun, but Dan was balled up, continuing to cry. I low-kicked him because, holy shit, the dude... Didn't you just say this dude was depressed? You're just gonna kick him while he's down? Holy fuck. And, he was rolling around screaming in pain. The fight ended, and Guy then said, Let's not torture him. He's depressed enough already, you know, because, you know, Sagat killed his father. Not kidding, that's the lore of Dan's lore in Street Fighter. There was a comic where it shows Dan's father, which he kind of looks like Heihachi Mishima. It's been noted. He looks like Heihachi Mishima, but with Dan's hairstyle. And it's gray. Also, he was the guy that took out Sagat's eye. That's why Sagat wears an eye patch. Dan's father took his eye out. He ripped it out, and then it enraged Sagat, and he ended up getting beaten to death. Because Dan's father could actually fight, but Dan himself can't. Which is funny, I guess. I don't know, there's like different versions of Dan's father, but in that manga, I believe, that shows him, he resembles Heihachi kind of, and he beat the shit out of like these henchmen, then he fought Sagat and took his eye out, and then he died. Ken was the next opponent, and we fought in his stage from Street Fighter Alpha 2. I don't remember these stages, I'm just gonna be honest. Ken was adjusting his belt, then he said with a voice like Goku from Dragon Ball Z character, because who else is named Goku voiced it? Let's get this over with in Goku's voice. I think that's actually in Dragon Ball, one of the Budokai games, that line. I feel like I've heard Goku say that. One of the old Budokai games. Anyway, he struck first, but I countered him with a throw. He fell through the floor, which broke, and the fight ended. Guy looks down the hole, and his victory message displayed. It said, "Oops." Okay. That's a bit anticlimactic. The next fight was not seen on the screen. It was the boss, so I guess it makes sense. No, it doesn't. I mean, you at least get a silhouette of the boss if it's going to be an unknown character. And anyway, so the next fight was not on the screen, so he assumes it was the boss, and it was a nude version of Armika. Okay, I'm going to be real. Armika? Smash. Oh god, this is gonna get horrible, right? Okay. This is... So is this dude's self-insert fanfiction where... Let's just continue. It was a nude version of Armika called Succubus. Because, you know, it's not spelled right, it's not succubus. A cutscene cued, starting with a shot of the desert, now in nighttime, with the characters I previously defeated and other Street Fighter characters trapped in gimps suits. Who the fuck wrote this? Who the fuck wrote this? Like, what the fuck is this? What am I reading? You know what? I should have taken that NSFW warning up there seriously. I was gonna be, oh, what? It's probably just gonna be hyper realistic blood or some shit like that, but no. Succubus, Armika, and gimp suits. Guy walked up to these characters, a shocked expression on his face. Then Succubus appeared. Another sexy... Oh god, do I have to read her fucking dialogue? I'll read it in my sexy voice. Another sexy victim, I see. She said, "You'll be nice to play with." Guy jumped into his fight stance, the fight begun, and Guy was easily defeated. Wow, you must suck at Street Fighter if you just choose now to... I don't like this story. What am I reading? What am I doing with my life? Succubus tramped him into a gimp suit, cocked her head to me. Okay, yeah. This is author's self-insert. This is his self-insert fan fiction where Did he really just self-insert himself so he could ship... Like, is he trying to ship himself with Armika or something? That's my waifu. Anyway, she cocked her head to him and said, "Won't you join us?" Oh, wait, no, I need to do the voice. "Won't you join us, cutie?" What the fuck? What the fuck am I reading? What the hell? I was scared somewhat. The game forced me back to the character select, except the only character there was... Pausing for dramatic effect. Okay, yeah, this has to be a joke story, like not one that... It probably got posted on the Creepypasta wiki, but it was made as a joke to... Just to be horrible. I don't know. Me! Yeah. So, it was him. The new character was him. I was a chibi version of Guy. Wait, so are you just saying you're Guy from Street Fighter? In a light blue shirt and dark blue jeans, as well as black sneakers. It even had my name there. I selected myself, which, what the fuck, dude? This is so a self-insert because... You just want to ship yourself with your waifu or something. I don't know. You're like the Zelda AI guy. Except, I selected myself and saw another cutscene. She was really excited to see me. What am I reading, guys? What the fuck am I reading? I'm already regretting this. I knew that. She jumped up and down. Up and down, huh? Up and down. I'm surprised he didn't say she jumped up and down in slow motion. Armika jumped up and down in slow motion. Folks. Who writes this shit? Who writes this shit? Saying, I'm going to enjoy and cherish this moment. I know it. That's her voice, by the way. That's her official voice now. My moveset had the special attacks of Guy, except the leap into the air move was not there, as well as the spinning kick, so... So you don't have Guy's moveset exactly, but I did have the short... Guy doesn't have Shoryuken. That's like Ken, Ryu. I mean, Dan has his own version of it. So does Sakura. Gouken does in Street Fighter 4. Akuma. Guy never had that. I don't... But you did have the Shoryuken, you know, the move that Guy totally does. I fought her and nearly didn't survive, but I defeated her with a special Shoryuken called... I don't know how to pronounce this. Jaiden... I don't know. It's Jeiden. Hiryo no Ken. Succubus fell down. I had no victory message. A cutscene appeared showing the succubus melting, the other characters being freed and earning their original clothes, except for Sakura, who was in a straitjacket because fuck her. Okay, I think this guy just hates Sakura because he got wrecked online, probably on like Street Fighter 4 or 5. Well, when was this made? Because it's talking about PS2, playing it on PS2 and Street Fighter 5. This is probably during Street Fighter 4 when 5 was announced. So he probably got wrecked online by a Sakura, and he was petty about it. And then celebrating, I turned the game off, entering my initials. I got first place. Wow. I think everyone does that when they clear arcade mode for the first time. Then sat down. Epilogue. I was reflecting on what happened when I heard Succubus's voice again. She said, Don't forget your souvenir." A pair of panties flew and landed on my head, then gave me a headache. Long story short, she had me do a favor in order to stop the torture. Is he suggesting he got to plow Succubus arm? I'm not gonna... Nah, she asked him to do her math homework. Or some stupid shit like that. I don't fucking know. What is this shit? Who wrote this and why? Why did they write this? I hate my life. Have I ever told you all that? I hate my life. Now this just makes me lose even more faith in humanity. Listen, we get it. Armika's your waifu, but you didn't have to... What is this, bro? Listen, you could have kept your weird self-insert fanfiction to yourself. Didn't Michael Lee... I don't know who this is. Also read this? Yes, actually. Sam. The author saved the day and got laid. What an... Yeah, I don't... Yeah, so... Okay, let's summarize this whole plot. So, author is kind of brain damaged. He bought a PS2 game at a GameStop that he thought was Street Fighter 5 with this cover art right here. This work of art that's from Microsoft Paint. Thinking that was Street Fighter 5 and it's official, and keep in mind Street Fighter 5 was probably on like PS3, PS4. I'm not sure, I don't remember which console. I'm pretty sure it was, well, it was on PS4, but Yeah, it was PS4. I have it on PS4. But, he mistook this PS2 game for Street Fighter 5, played it, it's weird. It has his OC that he never mentions again except for when he was at the character select. Doesn't even show up. He plays as Guy and he just blasts through them. He's like so good. He at Street Fighter, he didn't have to even describe it. And then the final boss is his waifu, Armika nude, called Succubus, because he doesn't know how to spell succubus. He loses, then he plays as himself, which isn't really himself. It's a chibi version of Guy, probably like in Puzzle Fighters, if y'all ever heard of that game. It's a Street Fighter game where they're chibis and it's like a puzzle game. So Puzzle Fighters probably style Guy. He wins, he gets laid by and then yeah. That's I don't think this is a creepypasta. I think this is a weird self-insert fanfiction where the dude just plays a game and then he bangs Armika at the end. I don't know. What am I doing with... Why am I reading this shit? I think... Anyway... yeah. Yeah, I mean, at least the ZAI guy didn't... Well... I don't know. I just want to assume... Okay... I'm gonna assume the author of this story was on Rule 34 or something before he wrote that, looking at Armika, and then he's like, I've got an idea. Anyway, you know what? I'm just gonna end it right here. Yeah, this was a bad creepypasta. I should have taken this warning serious. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.